Okay, so I thought let me get myself comfortable in my old space. But hey, what's going on up there in the police? People getting arrested, or people were about to be arrested, warrants of arrest that don't exist. And the next thing you hear that, oh, it was an executive decision to say, well, you're not going to get arrested anymore. Where are we? Kindergarten. What's going on up there? So, anyways, what I'm talking about is I don't even know how to call it. So, we busy minding our own business, and the next thing we hear that crimes intelligence boss Tumsane Khumalo has been arrested. I mean, that's how it was written. Has been arrested. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so did he lie? Is he a liar? What happened? Type of situation. And just as we were busy listening about Tumsane Khumalo, boom, another bombshell drops. Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi too to be arrested. And they both in Pretoria, where they have been instructed by a phone call from IDAC. I was like, IDAC? Isn't that Johnson's department? What's happening? So, anyways, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi together with Tumsane Khumalo, so they do exactly that. They go and hand themselves over to the police in Pretoria. So, as they get to Pretoria to hand themselves over, but anyways, it's Tumsane Khumalo that they wanted the most. But Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, since he also heard that there's a 48-hour they should be arrested within 48 hours because there's a J50 on both Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi as well as Tumsane Khumalo. So Tumsane Khumalo gets a call that he must hand himself over to the police. So Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, upon hearing that, is like, oh, so it's no longer 48-hour thing. So let me also go along because I know and I understand that I'm also to hand myself over to the police. So when they get to the police station and a call comes through. And when the call comes through, it's like, we were playing. They're telling Tumsane Khumalo, oh no, don't worry. You're not getting arrested. There was never a warrant of arrest on anybody. On anybody. So now what sparked this drama yesterday? Allegedly, IDAC officials, somebody told them that PKTT is about to pound on them, like make arrests for things. And so they thought, okay, let's be the first ones to get them on what? Goodness only knows on what, because it's been established by South Africans. I mean, through the Senzo Mewa murder trial, that in South Africa, we are all sitting ducks. If police officers can't do their job and pressure is on them one way or the other, they just go on the streets. They profile people and say, well, now people would believe you did this because you look the part. And then they smear you with a murder or even something else, so that they can shut people up, whether that is a family of a victim or a community where the victim comes from. And then they come back and say, oh, we made an arrest, we have made a breakthrough. And this is a person that we've arrested and we're still investigating. And if the community or the family pushes more or puts more pressure, then they take the matter to court. And then you, as a victim who was just minding his own business on the streets, you are dumbfounded. And your life is ruined, just like Bongani Ntanzi and Moses Sibiya. Your entire 20s, you spend it going to court for a case or a murder you have nothing to do with. All because they looked at you and said, yeah, that one, we will sell him to South Africans. But anyways, clearly, that's what IDAC was going to do with Tumsane Khumalo as well as Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, to smear them with matters that, well, at least the country knows. At least the country knows. We are aware. And I keep asking myself, why would IDEC want to destabilize the country? Because that it was an attempt of destabilizing the country. I get it. There's a 30th of June that is coming up. And whoever sat down in that executive meeting and thought, let's play this game to distract South Africans, they will move away from the illegal foreigners because Nhlanhla is loved by South Africans. They're going to shift their attention to this side. And let me tell you something. Both of these, don't touch them. South Africans are adamant about illegal foreigners leaving the country. No amount of tactics and strategies that you are going to use to distract South Africans from having illegal foreigners leaving South Africa. Mkhwanazi, that is General Lieutenant Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, you touch him and you cannot explain. July 2021 will be a walk in the park, in my opinion. So, in my opinion, that was a wrong move. Whoever made that move, it was a wrong move. South Africans have never moved away from Lieutenant Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, as the person that needs to be protected. We understand what he's facing. South Africans understand what he's facing, what he did almost a year ago. Oh, by the way, we're going to the 6th of July next month. Fellow South Africans, what do we call that day? Oh, that day, it needs its own, I'm not going to say holiday. I'm done with holidays. Ugh, no, thank you. But it needs some sort of a commemoration of some sort. The 6th of July. We know what he was facing from that point, and I think he also knows what he's facing. But what really sent shivers down my spine when General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, when he was being interviewed by the media, he said it's war. So that means Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi not only does he have evidence on some people that tried to arrest him, now he's more convinced than ever to start executing J50s. That's how it sounded like to me. So clearly, in the next few weeks or so, we are going to be seeing flames in IDEC. Yeah, maybe they're also going to be revenge arrests where IDEC themselves, they'll be making arrests. But on a serious note though, for me, where I am seated, the cartel is panicking. The cartel, they are sick and tired of living like rats from a cat. And they want control. They want somebody to take control. But for me, what I'm a little bit worried about is where Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi mentioned something about the executive decision not to arrest them. Now, I don't know which executive decision will that be. He is already at national. He works hand in hand with the national commissioner. Outside of that hierarchy is the minister of police. And the minister of police is under the president. What executive is he talking about? I'm very interested on that part. Because if he's talking about the South African executive, I'm talking cabinet, then we got bigger fish to fry as a country. We got bigger fish to fry. They're probably running the country themselves. We don't know. So I've been wrecking my head trying to read between the lines. Because sometimes General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, when he speaks, he throws something at South Africans to ponder on. Oh, and I've been pondering the entire night, child. The whole night, I've been pondering which executive is he talking about. And the only executive that I know is cabinet. So this game comes from cabinet? No, I'm asking a question, fellow South Africans. Is it coming from the cabinet? And who is controlling the cabinet if it's coming from the cabinet? Then the cabinet will instruct IDEC to to issue a warrant of arrest, and then call them over. And then when they do come over, then they are told, "I bezlala. Oh, we're just playing. It's a joke. That we're not type of situation." But now, which executive is this? Please, can somebody help me out in the comment section? I'm a bit confused. I'm not bit, I'm confused. I am very confused. So anyways, I guess today, being Friday, happy Friday, everybody, we might actually get clearer reports coming from IDEC, coming from NPA, coming even from Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and Dumsan Khumalo. What exactly is going on? What war this is? Why people's gloves are off? How divided is our security cluster as a whole? Because this does not look like it's only a SAPS thing. I was also listening to the Army General. And then when you listen to the Army General, you're like, okay, I appreciate the diplomacy, but I think I understand you are going through a lot yourself. There seems to be division going on in the South African army. And as for the intelligence, looks like where Cyril Ramaphosa is threatened, that suddenly you see things happening. Yeah. Welcome to South Africa, fellow South Africans. But me, I think the cartel is fed up. I think the cartel is fed up. The cartel wants control. And that is why we saw what we saw yesterday. The cartel want control. And that control, by the way, it's not that, please, can we go to court and have a peace of mind knowing that we are moving to the next level? No postponements. No. They want this whole thing gone. They want to continue with business. That's the control they want. So if they funded people to be in positions of power, they are reminding them, excuse me, do your job. I'm running, my business is affected. What is this? The cleaning of South Africa and Madlanga Commission. What is this? And I don't think they want to unalive people either, because it's too obvious at this point. Too obvious. And it would be a stupid decision to make, to unalive witnesses, potential witnesses, and other people. Irrespective of what they said at the Madlanga Commission, it will be stupid to do it because it's quite obvious. It's going to link back to them. So they are sick and tired of doing that. Like, do your job. That's how it sounded like to me yesterday. But the executive decision, who is this executive? Who's the executive, guys? Please help me out here. Anyways, let me leave the video here. It's still pretty early in the morning, but I don't know. I'm kind of like liking my old spot. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the country. I know we are getting distracted deliberately. Don't get distracted, guys. Don't get distracted. We can shoot multiple birds with one stone. Right? Okay, goodbye.